Good evening, everyone. This is Angelique with My Angelique Crystal Review. We're not going to take very long today, and essentially, I'm going to go through what I liked about the episode. They did flash back to Carol, Ezekiel, and Jerry going on this run to try to get this film projector bulb, so that way they could show a film during this festival that they're supposedly having at the Kingdom. So they go on this run. Jerry admits in this flashback that he is expecting a child, which was really cool. And that portion of the episode just basically showed them going into the run, having to draw the walkers out of this theater to try to get the bulb. Jerry drops the bulb. Oops, my bad. Literally, he said, oops, my bad. But they managed to recoup what they could and move forward. The episode does pick up right where we left off with Alpha and Daryl having a standoff. Alpha basically lays it on the line, says, look, you kill some of my people, I kill some of your people. No harm, no foul. I'm just here to collect my daughter. And so Daryl was like, well, I really don't want to give Lydia back. But once Alpha reveals that she has Luke, and the other guy, of course, Daryl has to give up Lydia. There's no way around it. He doesn't want to lose people. So in them trying to get Lydia to come on out, guess what? Her and Harry trying to get this Harry situation again. Her and Harry decide they're going to try to run for it. And Daryl, convinces everyone, or Enid basically says, I'll talk to Henry. He'll trust me. He'll talk to me. He'll see that he'll have to bring Lydia back. So push comes to shove. They they talk to Lydia and basically tell her, Lydia, this is what happens. You got to go back. And in the midst of all this, one of the Whisperers has a baby on her. Yes. And Daryl's like, really? You brought a baby out here? And Alpha was like, well, we're animals. This is what happens. And essentially, the baby won't stop crying. So Alpha gives the cue to, the baby gotta go. It's bringing too many walkers to us. The baby gotta go. So if you remember, last time we saw Connie was in the cornfield stuck. Well, Luke is signing to her so she can see Luke telling her exactly what's going on and what's happening. So Connie says, well, she doesn't say, but Connie basically runs and grabs this baby and coddles the baby. And this is the coolest part of this episode. You basically get to see how Connie is handling herself in a world without sound. And, we're all afraid because she's being surrounded by walkers. And we're like, oh my gosh, not only is Connie going to die, this baby is going to die. It's getting dramatic now. But, of course, Daryl and all these folks have a way to get out of Hilltop underground through that little thing that looks like where you hold wood. So they were able to get Connie and the baby, and it brought the baby back into Hilltop. So thank goodness for that. So essentially, to wrap this whole thing up, you get a reality check on where Alpha's mind is. Lydia ends up going back out there. Lydia and Alpha have this conversation. Lydia's like, I'm sorry, I didn't know, I was trying to investigate, whatever. And Alpha slaps her. So you already see their relationship right here in a nutshell. You see what Alpha's mindset is. If she's willing to just let a baby just go because the baby's crying, no telling what she's capable of doing. So that's where you get in this episode, is you get a taste for Alpha's mindset and where she's coming from. The other thing that I liked is there was a little Easter egg. If you all notice, there was a symbol on the back of a sign as Ezekiel, Carol, and Jerry and the rest of them are leaving the town with the theater in it, which to me tells me, and I can go ahead and say this because this is what I think. I think the Whisperers operate with territories. They're very territorial. Because Alpha mentioned something about, you came on our land, we're animals. So they have an animalistic way about them. So it's almost like they're marking their territory with these symbols. If you recall, Saviors kind of did something similar. with their territory. So I don't know how that's going to play back into the whole Negan situation coming back, or circling back. But I feel like that symbol is the Whisperers marking their territory. So people who are coming into their territory, they're already going to be on guard and they're going to check you out. So I believe this is the way this is going to also circle back to the kingdom. Not only do we have this Henry situation, because of course, like I told you guys last week, I knew this was going to happen. I knew that Henry was going to get caught up with this Lydia situation. And if you look at the scenes for next week, I was exactly right. So Henry is either going to get hurt by Lydia some kind of way, or Lydia is going to try to play alpha to try to save Henry. You can't quite tell from the scenes, but you do know that there is some play on what's happening. And maybe it's not only the Henry situation, but because Ezekiel and them went up into their territory, now, they got two reasons to try to go into the kingdom. I pray not, because I really like Ezekiel. I really like how Carol is trying to soften up with Ezekiel. He tries to bring that side out of her, even though she's a tough cookie. So that's what I think. I'm hoping, Henry turns it around. I know that Daryl didn't like the fact that he had to give up Lydia back to Alpha. He did not like that. And so we're going to see something happen there for sure. I don't know what. They didn't kind of go into it. All we know is now Daryl is going to be going with Connie, and they're going to be doing reconnaissance and trying to see how they can get Henry back and Lydia back, because they didn't like the way things left off. So before I leave, coolest part, we knew Beta was coming. We knew Beta was coming. We knew he was coming. And if you guys do not know, the gentleman that is playing Beta was also played Opie on Sons of Anarchy. And I don't know if you guys watch Sons of Anarchy. If you have never watched Sons of Anarchy, I suggest you go back onto Netflix, if you have Netflix, and watch Sons of Anarchy. Binge watch it. I promise you, you will not be sorry. Opie came from that show, and so he's behind the mask of Beta. So I'm eagerly awaiting him to appear next week, and I want to see the dynamic between Alpha and Beta and what that whole situation is. So I cannot wait. I thought I would be missing Rick like something bad these last couple episodes, but I have to tell you, they have kept The Walking Dead, and the writers and the direction and the cast have kept me engaged. And that's important, especially when we've lost, so many main characters. And now we know Denai Guerrero is leaving at the end of the season. But I tell you, I'm not missing a beat. This is getting good. And Daryl is stepping up to the plate, and he's being the man. Loving it. So I have no complaints about The Walking Dead for those people who are all upset about everybody leaving. It's good. It is real good. So that's my review for this week. I didn't want to keep you long. I wanted to just give you the bullet points, and I'll be doing this again next week. Leave some comments, give me your feedback. And tell me what you think. How you think this is all going to play out. If you have some type of theories, let me know. I'm real curious. I'm trying not to watch too many videos that give me a whole bunch of theories, because I like to have my own and not take from others. So tell me your thoughts. I appreciate it. Good night, everyone. I'll see you next week.